Hey everybody, just giving you an update on what I'm working on today. So I had the electrician come yesterday. He actually put in a couple of lines for me, a couple of new circuits. So I needed a new circuit run from the panel out to the floor. So the downdraft vent needs power, and I needed to put a 110 outlet there. And to get this cabinet put together, I need to one, run all the electrical so that I can put it in place and not have any issues with having to tip it back over. The issue that I was having in the past was the garbage disposal circuit is run on a switch here to turn it on and off, but this is being powered by the light circuit. So every time we would turn the garbage disposal on, you would see some dimming in the lights, and I didn't care for that. And so I want to try to fix that or correct that problem while I have everything apart. So what I plan on doing is taking this circuit that we just added that I'm using for the downdraft vent, and then jumping that across. So I'm going to run a line from here up to this box so that it can power this garbage disposal. And then from here, I need to add power to this part, because what I'm planning on doing is putting all the transformer and power equipment for the under cabinet lights. I'm going to be putting it in here. So I need to run a 110 power line from here. I'm going to grab it from this light circuit. So what I want to do is I need to run two wires. So one's coming for this garbage disposal, and then one's coming back out to feed the power for those under the cabinet lights. That's the plan for right now. But right at this point, I need to figure out which one's hot. So I've turned the circuit off, obviously, because I'm handling it. So you definitely want to make sure when you're messing with electricity that you turn off any of the power. And I've figured out most of where they go. So it's only one of these two wires right here are the constant hot. This one, it's either feeding it, and this one's going back out and feeding somewhere else. So I just need to figure out which one is the one that has power. So what I'm going to do is disconnect this, and then I'm going to have to turn the power on and kind of test it. And we'll do it with the test light, and that'll figure out which one I need to pull out of there. So a good thing to do is to mark your circuits when you're taking them apart, just so that you don't forget where one thing goes. So I got this one marked as the garbage disposal. Another thing you can do is obviously take a picture just to kind of get an idea of where things are, but I like using a little tape and a little pencil or something to write it down, just so that you know what is what. So now I got to figure out which of these is the hot side and which is the feed side to another part of the house. I've got the power turned back on, so please be careful when you're doing this. If you're wanting to test something like this, just to make sure which one is hot. I do have a tester here, and that's what I'm going to use to touch to that, so that I can figure out which one is actually the hot lead. So that is hot. Okay, so I know that that's the one that's hot. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the power back off so that we don't have any issues. Okay, I'm back. Good practice is I turn the power off, but I'm still going to check it just to make sure that I switched the right one off, and there is no power there, so we are good. And you know, another good idea is to check everything just to be sure. So I know that this is the one that I need to pull out of here, and I need to take this one, yank it down out from underneath the floor, and then have it come back up somewhere around in here, and then run an out, bring it out the wall and put it out here and put it to an outlet here. Then I can take a wire and run it back up there. So I decided that I'm going to drill a hole right here and fish everything up and come out. I think that's the way I want to do it. So let's go ahead and drill a hole here. So I think I'm pretty much ready to go back underneath the house and actually pull this wire. So I'm going to take these two pieces of wire. One's going to come up here and the other one's going to come up there. And then I can kind of button things back up. Back from underneath the house and was able to run the wires. So I have, as you can see, I've got the two wires coming out from the floor there. One's the feeder wire from the panel and the other one goes up to the wall here. That's the one that's sticking out right here. So I need to get that one buttoned up and I have to pop a hole through that box to feed it in there. And then I need to also run a jumper wire from the main box where the power is to this small box for the controller for the under the cabinet lights because it needs 110. Hey everybody, just working on the kitchen remodel, and I'm at the point where I need to actually fasten the duct work together and then fit it underneath the peninsula cabinet, and so that way it's ready to go and we can secure the cabinet for good. So let me show you what I'm doing with that. I'm attaching this 90-degree elbow to this 90-degree elbow, so one turns upwards and then the other one is on a horizontal. So I need to attach these two, and the best way to go ahead and do that is I'm going to put two screws on this side. I've already got two screws on the opposite side, but just kind of showing you what I'm doing. A good thing to have when you're working with this stuff is a good pair of like leather gloves. I'm actually just using my automotive gloves. They're leather and will keep me from slicing my hand open with this stuff because it is rather sharp. So all I'm doing is just kind of keeping it together as tight as I can, and then go ahead and put a screw, put a drill hole in there. And then we'll attach a screw, and then I'll drill the other hole. So I put this ductwork in the center of the hole. I'm assuming that the center is where I'm going to want it. And this edge is going to go inside the other piece of ductwork, so I need to make it overlap. So I did it maybe about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So I made a pencil mark up here, so I know that's where I need to measure off from to the distance that it needs to be. So that's 47 1/4. Plus, this is going to be just about 4 inches right there. So, so from 47 1/4 plus 4 inches is 51 1/4. So that's the length that it needs. Well, no, it's not the length that it needs to be. It actually needs to be a little bit longer because I need to slide it into this other one. So it's going to have to go in by whatever this is, 1 1/4 inches, which is quite a bit. So I need to add another 1 1/4 inches. 52 1/2. So I've been working on this silly duct work, and it's taken me a while. I had a couple of dry fit issues, so I had to notch out this area right in here because it was not quite flush with the bottom of this. But the problem was it wasn't lining up properly with this pipe, so I had to I needed to raise it up a little bit. Hopefully this will be the last time. So I actually screwed and duct taped that piece to it so it's set in place. I actually screwed some holes here and screwed it together just to kind of have it ready, because I won't be able to actually get a drill in there once I get it fit. So right now I need to fit this back into place again. Man, I can't get it to go in. There it is. I don't believe it. It went in, I think. You know what? I'm thinking. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to put a screw in there right now, or put some duct tape on it. I think I want to just leave it, because if I need to slide it back or forth to when I get the exhaust fan, you know, if I need to move it side to side, I can pull it out just a tad to get it to line up. And maybe once I get connected here, then I'll do that. I just know once that countertop's in here, I will not be able to, I just won't be able to see. I'll be able to get in there, I just won't be able to see as well. maybe I'll just leave it, tack it into place so that it doesn't go anywhere, and we'll call it complete for this one. So I think that's probably what I'll do. I don't want to do any work that I'm going to end up having to undo. I know it. I know if I do it, if I do it, I won't. I'll end up having to take it all apart. If I don't do it, I won't have to move it at all. But that's the way it goes.